Hello everyone, this is Martin. I'm happy to present to you another weekly video on the opportunities that I'm looking at in the markets for the week of May the 29th, that's this coming Monday, to June the 2nd. And we're going to take a look at all the currency pairs in just a second. The theme is for this week, always look for evidence before you can take a trade. By evidence, we mean, even if you see a pair that's trending in one way or another, always confirm whether you think price is going to continue in the direction of the trend. You have to look at different things such as resistance and support. You have to look at momentum. Is there momentum behind the current price movement? There's a lot of factors, and we're going to look at all of these and more within this video. Okay, so before we do that, we are going to look at a disclaimer. Okay, this is the standard disclaimer, and the most important thing is view the information in this video from a standpoint of an educational purpose. Okay, I'm presenting education to you. The idea is for me to teach you to make independent investment decisions on your own, and always view the information and this video at your own risk. Okay, that's really important to understand. Even though I may be giving you some specific trading ideas, always assess whether it makes sense and decide on your own risk factor before you make any trading decisions. Okay, so with that said, let's move on to the actual currencies. Okay, first up back is the Euro USD daily. This is the daily chart. And again, take a look at what happened last week. First of all, you can see this red dash line here. This shows you the end of the previous week, not last week, but the previous week. And then we have 5 trading candles: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so you can see after a long run up, and this was one of the strongest pairs, now prices kind of pull back into a sideways consolidation. And what's more important is this is actually a bullish price pattern. You can see it's called a flag formation. Let me draw the flag. Okay, so we have the flagpole here, and then we have the flag. Okay, and what we're looking for is perhaps this week a period of continued sideways movement. My bias is to the upside, but again, anything can happen, and eventually price, like with this kind of flag pattern, price would actually break the upper trend line and move to the upside. So the next price target would be the 113.50, 113.80 level, and I've shown that with this gray rectangle. So if price breaks this upper trend line here, then price could certainly move up again to extend its trend. Okay, however, if price breaks below here, and that's a possibility as well, we have some weakness. You can take a look below at the MACD. See, the MACD line has crossed below the signal line. We have some red histo bars which indicate further downward movement, or at least sideways. If it breaks below, then we may want to look at a sell below 111.50. If we believe price is going to go higher, then we want to wait until price moves above 112.60 for a buy trade. Okay, so that's what I see there. Now we're going to move to the British pound USD. And last week, you can see here, we had let me just get the crosshair off. We had a big bearish move here on the Friday. On the Tuesday, you can see this is the Tuesday candle. We had an engulfing bearish candle here, indicating further downward movement. Here, this was a bearish move, and then finally this huge drop on Friday. There may be a lot of factors that contributed to its bearish move, including the terrorist activities in Great Britain recently. For the poor people in Manchester. I personally, as well, was born in England, and I can certainly associate with the people of Great Britain. I was born in a city just, well, not too far from Manchester, so I know it very well. But anyways, um, aside getting aside to that, let's take a look, see what's happening. Price did move to a support level right here. You can see with this gray rectangle. And price, either, when it comes down to a support after a big move like this, it certainly could bounce higher first. Okay, so we've got two things that we can look at. Price could certainly bounce higher. You notice that price did break this trend line. It could come up here. It certainly could come up to this level and then turn around and then perhaps break below. See this? This is the 50 simple moving average. So it could meet with the average, and then it could break down below to meet with the 200 right here. So that's one scenario. If it bounces up, um, and if we believe price is going to go higher, then we just want to wait to see what happens at this next resistance area. If we believe price is going to go lower, then we want to sell below 127.48. 127.48. Okay. If we think price is going to go lower, right now the MACD, you can take a look at the cursor. Everything looks bearish here. Okay, but remember, we had a big move on Friday. Often after a big move, there could be a bounce. Okay, bounce higher. And then we would want to look for evidence to the downside. And that's what I mean, but looking for evidence. Okay, so now we get to the Australian USD. Here we go. Okay, take a look. We had this nice upward move. How many pips is that? From a low here to a high, it did move 192 pips, and for this pair, that's pretty good. It's not fantastic, but it still was a nice sustained up move. However, all along, take a look. Price, right? Okay, take a look. I'm going to just draw that. Price here still stayed below the 50. Every time it tried going higher, it kind of came back down again. Same thing here. It's bouncing off the 50, and price right now is broken just below the 8 EMA. This is kind of a bearish price movement right here. The MACD is turning over. You can see that right here. The blue line is ready to maybe go down a little bit lower, curl down lower. However, again, it's a wait and see situation. This pair, Australian USD, is tied in to what gold is doing, and we're going to look at that pair in a second. So, even though it's come down, okay, after a big up move, this is called a pullback, okay? So, even though price did break below the trend line, it is called a pullback, and we kind of want to wait for further evidence. Price may go up a little bit higher at first before coming back down further. Taking a look at oil, here we go. You can see oil broke, I'm sorry, not oil, gold. Why did I say oil? Not too sure. Okay, so anyways, take a look here. Here's gold. This is the daily chart, and on Friday we had a big upward move that broke the resistance just above here in this gray rectangle. Price is now above not only the 50, but the 8 EMA is starting to curl up above the 50. So it looks like the move will continue to the upside. Okay, and you can also take a look here. We had one bullish momentum candle here. The blue line, which is the MACD line, is certainly starting to curl up higher. So it looks like there's going to be short-term movement to the upside. Okay, and if that happens, and if this is to continue, then that's going to help the currency, the Australian USD, where the Australian USD will go higher in the short term in tandem with what's happening with gold. Okay, now we move to the New Zealand USD, and again had a pretty strong movement higher last week. Again, from the previous close on the previous Friday, you can see what happened. We had a really good strong move last week, and on Friday another final movement on the Friday, which is kind of just here at the resistance area. I believe price is going to go higher toward the 200, which is this right here. The 200 SMA acts as a magnet. Once price is close to 200, most often price does in fact test the 200 moving average. And if we believe price is going to go higher, then we want to take a buy trade either now, or you can wait until price goes up just a few pips above the high of this last candle. Okay, you can see the MACD, it's curling up. It is well above zero, and it's still starting to curl up higher. So I believe there's further movement to the upside. You can see here we broke a long-term channel. Here's the upper trend line. Here's the lower trend line. So it may go up a bit, come back down again. In this kind of pattern, price may go up a bit, come back down to test previous resistance, which is now support, and then maybe go back up again. Okay, and eventually come and meet with the 200. If it breaks the 200, it's got a long way to go up to the next major resistance area. Okay, so now we move on to the US CAD. US CAD also is tied into oil, just like the Australian USD is tied into gold. Here, this currency is tied into oil, and really quickly I'll move into oil just to show you. Oil had been coming down actually had been going up. Then we had a major pullback on the Thursday there to the downside. Now it's come back up again. So a bit of uncertainty here with oil. Okay, there is uncertainty there. The MACD is curling down. We've got red momentum bars to the downside. Let's go back to US CAD. So again, that reflects in this currency pair where you can see we have uncertainty. My bias is to the downside since we have been coming down, down, down. You can see right here, even last week during last week's price movement, it had been coming down. Price did break below the 50, but we are now sitting at support. On Thursday, price went up. Price now came back down again. So I believe there's some sideways movement. Again, wait for further evidence. And if we believe price is going to go lower, then we want to sell below 133.80. Okay, so if we believe price is going to go lower, we could take a sell below 133.80, and that's what I see there. Now let's move on to US Swiss franc. Okay, this is another pair that has made a huge move to the downside. Take a look here. Okay, a total of close to 400 pips. But again, this is the inverse of the Euro USD. And again, if Euro USD overall has been going up, there is an opposite correlation of, I believe it's over 92%, whereby if the Euro US currency is going one way, then the US Swiss franc goes the other way. So just to let you know that there's an opposite correlation, and in this case, the opposite of the Euro USD is a down movement. And what do we have here again? Okay, take a look. We have a strong move to the downside, very volatile to the downside. Then all of a sudden we get into a sideways market, and this is a pattern again, right? What is this pattern called? Okay, it's called a bearish flag, which is the opposite of the Euro USD, which is forming a bullish flag. So let me draw in the flagpole. There's the flagpole. There's the actual pole. Here's the flag. And with this kind of a movement, we can expect price to go higher, then eventually break to the downside. Okay, that's what we see there. And right now, it's just going to continue sideways for a while. How much longer, I'm not too sure. Again, the theme of this week is wait for further evidence. Smart traders, what they do is they wait for price to go higher and then look for a selling opportunity, or just wait for a break to the downside. If we believe price is going to go to the downside, we're looking for a break and we want to possibly take a sell below 0.9680, below 0.9680 to the downside. You can see here with this MACD formation, certainly price had been trending lower. You can see with the blue line here, now it's gone sideways and curling up a bit, and you can see bullish momentum bars here. So all this pattern, when the MACD line is below zero, it just means that we are in a sideways consolidation phase or a pullback, okay? And we want to certainly look for evidence to show that the previous trend, in this case down, will continue shortly after a breakout. Okay, so the final pair is the US Japanese. Again, a major move to the downside. We're going sideways right now, so it's a bit of a bearish flag, not as pronounced as the US Swiss franc or the Euro USD, but nevertheless, it is a sideways movement here, and my bias is to the downside. Again, looking for evidence, we want to wait and make sure that we can jump into a trade. Here you can see price is kind of all over the place. Price is above the 50, but below the 100 and above the 200. So it's kind of stuck in mid-range here. It's just a bit, right now it's sideways, but it's just stuck. We really have to wait for further evidence to either the upside or to the downside. Okay, so again, we want to wait for a break of the channel and the 100 to the upside, which in that case, that would be, well, the next um, resistance would be a test of the previous swing high here, or we want to wait for a break to the downside. And if we're thinking price is going to go lower, then we want to perhaps wait to take a sell trade below 109.80. So in this case, all the way down here, wait for price to come down all the way below 109.80 for a sell trade. And that's what I see in the markets. Again, you can see here the MACD is well below zero. It's just going sideways. Do you see that here? Sideways when the blue line is just going horizontal. That means we have some sideways price action. We have to wait for further evidence. Okay, so let me clear the charts. And that's really it for this week. Hopefully you've gotten some good information. Hopefully that can help you in your own trading. We will talk to you again soon. Looking forward to the next weekly video. Take care. Bye for now.